specifically the Morocco Earthquake Emergency Fund. Right now, I'm filming this on September 18th, but the Morocco earthquake happened not too long ago from when I'm filming this, and I was actually supposed to go to Morocco. Everything that happened, I thought it was really important to make this month's charity Tell Morocco. Let's see if I can just read a little bit about it here. Okay, so your emergency gift supports CARE's earthquake response in Morocco, mobilizing now in the hours just after the devastation. Our response prioritizes women and girls, the elderly, families with young children, and those unable to access other emergency services. At CARE, we take our commitment to steward your donations very seriously. In the case where donations for a particular appeal exceed implementation, we will redirect your dollars to families who urgently need humanitarian support because of war, hunger, or other crisis situations around the world. So, there's a little bit here as well. CARE has been in Morocco since 2008, increasing access to basic services for the most vulnerable. Our emergency response will prioritize women, girls, and youth. Give an emergency gift to reach survivors in Morocco with water, food, shelter, and psychological support. So that is this month's charity, and if you guys want to help raise more money for it, just interacting with the video, liking, commenting, and watching the ads, of course, but if they're too long, don't worry about it. Also clicking on the ads, like if there's like a link or something, that really helps too, because it shows that people on my channel like the advertisers, so the advertisers pay more. See, that's why you gotta click on the link. So that's always ways to help raise more money for charity. And you also don't have to watch the spooky stories part. If you don't like the spooky stories, you can just watch the ads, and you've helped raise money for the Emergency Relief Fund for Morocco. I will leave the links in the description box so you guys can read more about it and donate yourself if you'd like. Now every October I usually do a spooky stories ASMR for charity. It's kind of like tradition now, so I've kept that up and we are doing one today. So now I'm going to jump into that, My Little Seashells. If you don't like spooky stories, then now is a good time to click off and watch one of my other videos. Maybe some of my Halloween themed roleplays from last year. Okay, so originally I had picked the Reddit thread R No Sleep. Every month they pick the best scary story that's usually based on a real experience, and they pick a winner, and I was reading that one. I actually just spent 20 minutes reading it, and I figured it might be too triggering because it was basically about a creepy boyfriend and then something getting put in her drink, and I'm sure you guys can imagine the rest and where that was going. I didn't even finish it because I was like, I think this is too legitimately scary because it's real world scary. So I'm now just going to be reading some other minier spooky ones that I found on Reddit, because Reddit threads always have really great spooky ones. Sometimes they're just a little bit too real, too scary. So let's see. Let's go to this one. Okay. So this one is about a dream, so we know it's not real. Okay. I've had several dreams similar to what I am posting. I've been a caver in Florida for about 13 years since I was about 6, and have been to a lot of caves. Never been afraid before this to go in one. When I was about 7 or 8 years old, I started having this reoccurring dream. I would have it at least once, twice a year, always the same, even though I would realize I was dreaming after the first few iterations. I would fall asleep and dream of being in a cave and going into this little corridor. I would turn and walk past the sign, and despite being scared, despite many times knowing what was there, and the corridor would start descending, quickly opening up into a large vertical chamber with the path leading down in a corkscrew. Everything became blurry at this point, but it was always the same. I saw trash scattered on the walls. I saw the pit leading down to a curved floor. I saw things undefined, animals or people or something else at the bottom. And I saw my family, each with one of the things. Oh my gosh. Like, each with one of the things, basically like bad things happening to his family. Every time, and I could never do anything. After I saw that, I would be stuck for a few seconds until I felt more than saw everything turn and look at me, and I would wake up, not like a normal dream where you just drift to consciousness, or a nightmare where you bolt up in fear, but like something pushed me out, like I wasn't supposed to be there. So I had this dream multiple times a year until I turned 15. I did tell a friend about the dream before. What happens next? My father decided to take us to some caves we had never been before, one of which was Dog Drop. It was likely named so because someone either threw their pet in there, or a coyote fell in there and the body was later discovered. Dog Drop had roughly 30-foot rappel straight down to the center. I went down with my brother while my father waited up at the top. There was a hole in the ground. I started to feel uneasy, though I didn't know why, so I followed my brother into the hole. I felt worse as I moved down, and when I looked up, I saw the same corridor, the same turn, the same wall, and the same bottles at the corner, and I instantly was hit with this overwhelming sense of nausea and fear and being watched, and everything was screaming at me to leave. I froze and must have made some noise because my brother turned around and asked what was wrong. I managed to say I wanted to leave now and climbed out as quickly as I could, followed immediately by my brother. We packed up and left. Never have gone back and never will. Haven't told anyone what actually happened, just said I wasn't feeling well and they forgot pretty quickly. The thing that really makes it creepy for me is I've never had the same dream again. Year after year I would have it constantly, but it just stopped after that. But I still remember it all, and I still feel afraid, almost an external fear when I think of it. Okay, that one is really scary. I think dreams are so interesting, terrifying, just all of the above. Like, especially when they're like that, of course. But I've been having so many nightmares recently. I don't know why. Probably just because I'm stressed, because I was having so much work on my plate with, like, you know, filming videos and my clothing line launch, and like just constantly stress. I've been working like non-stop, and when I'm really stressed I get nightmares, and I've been having really bad ones, like ones where like I see someone in my family get like crushed by a tractor or something, and then I can't even do anything. I just like have to watch it happen. Or like my dad and I will be going traveling, because I travel with my dad sometimes. We actually just went to Switzerland in June, as you guys know, and I've been having so many nightmares about that, like plane issues with him, and then like our plane crashing but us surviving, and then like people stealing us, and oh my gosh, it's just so many nightmares. And some of them are so realistic, like you wake up and you're like, that, I feel like that definitely happened in a different lifetime or something. Let me know, my seashells, your scariest dream in the comments, because I am so curious. I love hearing about spooky story dreams, because A, they're not real, but B, I don't know, I think it's so fascinating how like our dreams could be like another dimension, or like, I don't know, something. I think it's so interesting. I used to have, this is actually, sorry, now we're getting into, this isn't a spooky story necessarily, but it is kind of scary. My reoccurring dream that I have is, I have this dream like probably once every couple months, and it is that I will be giving birth, and I will have given birth, and I'll have the baby in my arms, and I pass off my baby to my husband, and I pass away. And it's like a reoccurring nightmare. I wake up from it every time, and actually on my tummy, I have like a line from my belly button going down. It's like a faint, but it's a line, and it looks like a scar. And I've had, when I show my friends this, they're like, that looks like a scar, like what surgery did you have? Actually, one of the girls who I used to be friends with, her mom got a C-section, and in India they do C-sections vertically, not horizontally, and she's like, my mom's scar looks exactly like that. So I think in a past life, I was, I don't know, maybe an Indian woman, or I had an emergency C-section in India or something. I don't know if other places do C-sections vertically, but it's just because she said her mom was in India, so I connected those dots. And I had an emergency C-section, and I didn't make it, and I passed my kid off to my husband, and like passed away. And that's why I'm terrified to have children. So, if I ever have children, my seashells, you know I will be facing my biggest fear. That and caving. But it's like so scary, and especially that I have that line on my tummy, I just, ugh. Okay. Let's watch this one. Let's read this one. Okay. I lived in an old apartment in 2002. The place was built in 1900, so it was just over 100 years old when I moved in. The living room and kitchen were fine, but the bathroom and bedroom were unnerving. Like, I just always felt like I was being watched, especially in the bedroom. If the closet door was open, those unnerving feelings just became moderately uncomfortable as I settled in. I felt unsafe in the bedroom, but only if the door was locked. One night, I was dead asleep when there was a very loud bang on my bedroom door. When I got up the courage to get out of bed, I checked the apartment, and all the windows were closed and locked from the inside. The door still had the chain secured. No one was in there. I mentioned the closet in the bedroom. I never liked going in there, and I never liked if the door was open. For some reason, in my head, I would hear gasping noises. So for that reason, the closet stayed closed. Gasping noises, are you kidding me? At my apartment, my closets have the doors off, thank goodness. A month or more after I was woken to the bang on my door, I was dead asleep, but something woke me up, and it was a pressure on me like I was being held down. It was pitch black in my room. I couldn't see anything, but I couldn't sleep in the dark. I had to sleep with the lamp on. When I could... Oh, sorry. I couldn't see anything, but I knew someone was standing over me. When I could finally turn on a bedside lamp, no one was there, and then I couldn't sleep in the dark. I had to sleep with the lamp on. That instant scared the life out of me, and after that, the unnerving feeling of being watched intensified. Friends would come over and comment about being uncomfortable in the bathroom, like being watched. It became so uncomfortable for me when I had the chance to move to another unit. I jumped at it. I packed up and got out. After me, several people rented the apartment, and they would move out within months. I became friendly with the building manager and told him that I felt the place was haunted. He kind of laughed it off. Years after that, they were renovating the place. Building manager was doing some painting in there. The building owner was there too, and I went and checked out the apartment, and it looked nicer. It didn't feel as creepy. I got to talking with the building owner, and through the course of conversation, he just throws it out there that a former tenant committed in the closet. He also mentioned that the original designer of the building lived in the apartment and passed away there too. I wasn't mad when I heard, but it felt validated that what I experienced was real. Oh my goodness. That is really scary. Ugh. When I went to France for my photo shoot for my line, they were talking about how the castle is haunted. This is actually really interesting. I'll share this little bit of history with you all, but that castle was in the outskirts of France. It was Chateau Duchesne. I'm not sure if you guys can go and visit there, but if you're looking to purchase a castle, it is for sale. And the owner is lovely. She is the sweetest little thing. But she was telling us about the history of the castle, and it was always run by women. It was always women leaders. And actually, during the war, underneath the castle, there's like huge tunnels leading like everywhere, but huge, like you can fit a whole horse and buggy down there. Like, it's insane. And actually, during the war, she would take in Jewish children, and she would get them out, like, what's it called? Smuggle is definitely not the right word. Help them escape, like help them escape. Which I think is really interesting. It was a crazy part of history, because like you hear about that stuff, but it was crazy to like stay somewhere where that had happened, and she had saved so many young children's lives. And then there was also a story about a man, because apparently the castle is supposedly haunted, which is terrifying. But there is a man who haunts it, and apparently he left her like a note one time, like it's kind of a creepy note. I don't know, if I'm being honest, I don't remember all the details. My friend Danny remembers it better, but either way, a bit of history and a bit of a haunting for you guys there at the castle. Okay, let's read one more. This one has 6,000 likes, so let's read this one. Okay. While at uni, my friends and I ran out of drinks. Hardly any shops were open because it was late on, so the only option was to walk the mile. Sorry, you can hear arrows shuffling around. Are you comfy? You comfy, darling? Okay. Hardly any shops were open because it was so late on, so the only option was to walk the mile or so to the nearest 24-hour supermarket. Between the supermarket and the dorms we lived in was just row after row of suburban houses, which all looked the same. As we were walking down one road, we passed a field with a large campfire and some people riding horses around it. They were people riding horses around it. There were people playing musical instruments and general sounds of a good time going on. The horses and fire and the lanterns which were dotted about give it a very old-fashioned feel. That's interesting. Maybe 5 minutes after passing the field, now walking past houses again, one of my friends commented on how weird and out of place that gathering of people had been. Yeah, that is weird. My other friend and I had been thinking exactly the same thing, so curious we turned around and walked back to find out exactly what was going on. There was nothing there. Not just no people or horses, there was no field, just more and more houses. Even though we were absolutely certain we were on the right road, as we'd simply turned around, we walked up and down the neighboring roads too. We found nothing. We weren't out of our minds. is having some really scary ones. Oh my goodness, this one is scary. Okay, this isn't about my brother, but at the end of August and early September, I was doing a work away, and in Spain, that's why I was in Spain, and I was basically working as an au pair or a nanny for a family, and I was talking with the mother, and I was telling her about how my brother has these really vivid, scary dreams where he'll be like, why does that man keep coming in my room at night? Like, he steals my words away and I can't cry for help. Like, what 3-year-old says that? What 4-year-old says that? And she's like, that is really scary. But I think at 3 and 5, kids go through this weird phase because at 3, one of her sons that I was watching would have these really bad nightmares and wake and like be screaming but like frozen, like he couldn't move, like sleep paralysis, and he would see things like moving around her. And then at 5, he would like have these really bad nightmares, and she's like, one night I actually was scared because I woke up to banging on my wall, and she's like, it was in the middle of the night, and she's like, I got up and I went to their room and he wasn't in bed, and I went to go look for him, and I turned around and he was like behind her, like on the other side of the room, banging on the wall, just like constant. And she's like, I don't know what he was trying to do, but he was just like not stopping. And she's like, it was really scary. I had to like guide him back to bed and then, you know, like caress his head until he went back to sleep. But he's been fine now. And she said it so like, I don't know, like casually, and I was like, that's terrifying. My room didn't have a lock on it at that house, which was fine because I was upstairs. It was like my own little separate floor. But after that story, I was like, maybe my room does need a lock on it because that sounds terrifying. So yeah, another little spooky story for you, all my seashells. But yeah, I love you all so much. Don't forget to check out the charity, and if you have time at some point this month, just rewatch the videos, the ads on this video to help raise more money for Morocco. That always helps. It's really sad, the injury and like you know, the toll keeps rising and going up and up. It's really sad and devastating. So definitely if you can, rewatch the ads because that'll help us raise more money. But yeah, I love you all so much, and I will see you in my next video. And on a much more positive note, it's fall. I love fall so much. It's my absolute favorite season. It is Gilmore Girls cuddle, cozy weather time, and it is so nostalgic to me. I just love it. So